p.m. show on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn. Ladies and gentlemen, the star of our show, Fred Dryer.
Thank you very much, Michael Horn. As we promised you, we want to get into the energy aspect of our show. We want to talk about a huge deciding topic that I believe is going to drum Barry out of the White House, and that's the subject of oil.
And energy, yes.
And energy. And I believe it is also the topic that will follow us past any president, no matter who is elected, and certainly if it's not Mitt Romney, who I believe will be our guy. I think that if Barry gets reelected, I think there's going to be a state-by-state revolt when it comes to energy. Remember, Japan started World War II because of natural resources and oil. They went into Peking in 1933 specifically to get and to obfuscate the energy supply and the natural resources that was in China. Their idea was to go into China and then work themselves down in through Indonesia and take the oil because they don't have any access to oil. Oil drives the world. Oil is the natural resource that everybody has in common. It drives the economy of the world. So for anybody to say to you or to make a statement that is so irresponsible that we have to wean ourselves off of gasoline and out of the oil business is an abject moron. And that includes any politician. Certainly the titular head of stupidity politically today is Barack Obama. Now I want to talk about the ANWR, the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. The state of Alaska is roughly, I'd say, anywhere from 45% the size of the United States, okay? ANWR is 19 million acres located on the North Coastal Plain. It is not, as the progressive liberals would have you believe, folks, that we want to drill in a pristine, lush, mountainous meadow of the great wilderness heartland. You know, the ANWR oil fields are a flat, barren wasteland. The oil from this area accounts for about 17%. About 17% of our domestic oil supply. 17%. Now, we want to drill on 2,000 acres of those 19 million acres. Now, to give you an idea of what that is in terms of its relationship and size, think of placing a postage stamp. You know, a postage stamp that has a picture of your favorite celebrity or American hero. You know, mine is Whoopi Goldberg. You know, and there's two stamps. One of her slumming and wearing boxer shorts, laying down on the couch, and another one stuffing her face with a cannelloni. And so you can take either one of these images and take that stamp out to the Mojave Desert and just place it anywhere you want to place it.
On the Mojave Desert.
On the Mojave Desert. You take the stamp and place it. That's the relationship to the drilling area, represented by the stamp.
19 million acres.
19 million acres, represented by what's left of the Mojave Desert.
And 2,000 acres to drill on.
That's exactly correct. There is enough oil reserve here to last over 200 years.
Wait a second. I think I just lost your Whoopi Goldberg stamp. I can't find it.
It's in there somewhere.
Okay.
There's enough oil reserves here to last, over 200 years. Now, the only one going to be around will probably be, Joan Rivers. She'll be alive in 200 years. And so you have 200 years worth of oil coming out of that one little postage stamp, which is relatively 17% of our oil production in this country.
17%, almost 20%, almost a fifth of our oil production out of those 2,000 acres in the 19 million acres in Alaska.
That's correct. Now,
remember, are we drilling there? Are we getting that?
Remember, the area designated for drilling is not the pristine, lush, mountainous meadows of the wilderness heartland, as the liberals want you to believe. But it's in the desolate northern coastal plain, 160 miles from the northern slope, which is Prudhoe Bay. It's the pipeline coming out of Prudhoe Bay,
Okay.
where it would connect with the delivering portals that would load the crude cargo into awaiting tankers and therefore distributed, around the world. But first, it goes to us because it's our oil reserve. Oh, and by the way, the dense animal population there is thriving. The Prudhoe Bay Animal Reserve is thriving. So there's nobody endangered whatsoever. All you've heard from the pernicious peddlers of the pornographic politic, the commie terrorists, homegrown America haters, is a friggin' lie. A stinking lie. Oil wells, we don't gotta show you no stinking oil wells. That's the liberal mantra. Now, the beautiful thing here is that Mitt Romney, who will be, in fact, Mike Horn, our representative in the battle and the struggle for this great constitutional republic come November, he knows all about the truth of the world's economy. He knows that it's driven by oil. We can't just get off of it because we decided we're going to be clean.
And by the way, we believe in new technology, and we're first and foremost in all the kind of new technology stuff. But the world is based on an oil-based energy.
It drives the economy.
It drives the economy.
It drives every economy. It drives Wall Street. It drives International Monetary Fund. It drives the Euro Fund. It drives everything. We have to have oil. Now, if we wean ourselves off of oil, this country dies. Flat out, comes to a grinding stop. It dies. It's like telling the mother of a newborn baby, you got to stop feeding this kid food. You can feed it cardboard, because we've now got a moratorium on
on food.
The carbon blueprint of this kid farting so much that on the mother's milk. We got to get him off of that. And so we decided that there will be no carbon footprint, no farting if the kid eats cardboard. So now they're asking us to accept the premise that we have to wean ourselves off of oil. Who says we have to do that? I'll tell you who says it. The pernicious peddlers, the pornographic politic, the commie terrorists, the homegrown America haters that are telling you every single day that common sense and reason is an outdated form of thinking. It doesn't belong in the dissertation and the social construct of everyday reality of living life. We need oil to drive our machinery. We have to have it, and we should be getting it. Now, the big thing that's going to come around, the blessing that I think that we're looking at, is that Mitt Romney is probably the best guy to sell that to people who are on the borderline. He's the best one to sell that. He's the best one to talk about the business of oil that drives all of us. Without oil, we have no companies. We have no evil corporations. Without oil, we have no industry, any manufacturing, any production. We lose production, and we wound up being a consumer country like Somalia. They don't make anything. They produce a bunch of nobodies over there that don't drive the wheel forward.
Plus, we can sell some of it and get ourselves out of debt, can't we?
That's what they want us to become, a third world country. And we're not going to become a third world country. And when we come back, we're going to have some sound bites that are going to freak you out, and it's going to really awaken you up to the fact that we are in the twilight, and we need help, and I think it's on its way. So whatever you do, don't go away. Come on right back and join us.
PM Show with Fred Dryer.